Donald M. Anderson. Donald Meyers Anderson 1915–1995 is a graphic designer, calligrapher and educator. Early life and education. Donald Meyers Anderson was born in Bridgewater, South Dakota on December 13, 1915, the sixth of 8 children born to John Howard and Gertrude Phoebe Meyers Anderson. On June 18, 1939, he married Marjorie Elizabeth Miller d. 1986. Anderson received both undergraduate and graduate art degrees from the University of Iowa 1940 and 1941, where he studied painting with Grant Wood and Philip Costin. Career. During World War II, Anderson initially worked in Washington District of Columbia as an illustrator for the Ordnance Department of the Pentagon and later as a designer for the Civil Aeronautics Bureau. Throughout his career, he did design work for various magazines, the State of Wisconsin, the University of Wisconsin Press. After receiving his graduate degree in 1941, Anderson taught briefly at Iowa and then at Duluth State College before moving to Washington, District of Columbia in the fall of 1947. He accepted a full-time position in the Department of Art at the University of Wisconsin-Madison, where he taught design, lettering and watercolor. He retired in December 1982. During the 1950s and 60s, Anderson exhibited his paintings widely in the Midwest. Anderson wrote 2 textbooks, The Elements of Design 1961, The Art of Written Form 1969, reissued in 1992 as The Art of Written Forms, The Theory and Practice of Calligraphy. Additionally, he published an artist's book with Millsville Goris Press and edited and published manuals on Renaissance calligraphy in the form of facsimiles. Awards. Starting in 1948 and during the next 15 years, Anderson's paintings were exhibited frequently in the Midwest. He received about 40 regional and national awards. In 1948, he won 2 large awards, one for his entry in the Wisconsin Centennial Exhibition, judged by Ben Shon, and another at the Northwest Territory Exhibition in Springfield, Illinois. Anderson frequently participated in the Wisconsin Painters and Sculptors and Wisconsin Salon exhibitions, and in 1951 won a Gimbel's Purchase Award for a painting titled City at Night. It was featured at the Milwaukee Art Museum and later reproduced as a 2-page spread in the January 14, 1952 issue of Life magazine. In 1959, Anderson received 2 design awards, one for his jacket cover for University of Wisconsin Press book on numerical approximation, and one of his full-color illustrations for the behavior of man was featured in illustration 59. In 1974, his limited edition Millsville Goris books were displayed at the Grolier Club in New York and were included in the American Institute of Graphic Art's 50 Best Books in 1976 and 1977. His books also received awards from the Society of Typographic Arts in 1970, one from the Chicago Book Clinic in 1973 and the Type Directors Club of New York in 1973 and 1979. Examples of Anderson's paintings and drawings are included in the following collections: the University of Iowa Museum of Art, Iowa City, as well as the Cheers Museum of Art, the Milwaukee Art Museum, Milwaukee, and the Museum of Wisconsin Art, West Bend, Wisconsin. The Newberry Library in Chicago acquired many of his personal papers and manuscripts. The Donald M. Anderson collection is housed in the Roger and Julie Basques Department of Special Collections at the Newberry. Death and legacy. Anderson died at age 79 on September 5, 1995. His papers are included in the Archives of American Art. Resources. Signature, a quarterly publication of the Colleagues of Calligraphy, Minneapolis/St. Paul, Minnesota, Volume X, No. 1, September 1965. Life magazine, Wisconsin Escapes, January 14, 1952, page 68. Descendants of William and Catherine Anderson, Donald M. Anderson, 1981, plus other family-related books, the Wisconsin Historical Society, Madison, Wisconsin. University of Wisconsin-Madison Archives, Oral History Program, Interview with Donald Anderson, 1991. The Art of Written Forms, The Theory and Practice of Calligraphy, Internet Archive.